Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Going to talk with Don Knantz with a company called Calyx Bio. Is that correct, Don? Do I have that right?
Calyx BioVentures, yes.
Calyx
QIX.
Calyx Bio Ventures. There you go. It only takes me 14 times to do it. I'm really quite clever. Tell us about your story. Tell us about the company.
Well, Kevin, we're very excited about the crop that we're commercializing. It's called Carinata. It's originally from Ethiopia, and we're growing it on the wheat lands. So these are the semi-arid lands, and we've got good agricultural performance. But the most exciting part of this crop is that the oil seed that is grown it can be refined into jet fuel, and we flew the world's first 100% biojet flight anywhere on the planet with no engine modifications. Imagine growing a crop in the field and flying it into an airplane.
It's amazing. That's fantastic. What is it? What are the implications of this?
Well, what the world is needing is an alternative to petroleum-derived fuels. And while we'll probably never shake our addiction to petroleum, certainly starting to blend an alternative fuel, a bio-based fuel, has good economic benefits to farmers, and it also has a fantastic environmental performance because when we flew this flight, we had a sniffer plane fly behind to pick up the emission signature, and what comes out of the back of the aircraft is just completely different emissions than what you see in traditional petroleum fuels. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. And I think you're part of a series that we're doing on companies that have to pitch to CEOs. I think you're one of those companies. Tell us about that.
Well, that's an interesting space. What we're doing here is I'm getting out and telling people about this, and taking time out of my day where we've been busy trying to commercialize this crop. We're not growing it everywhere yet. Certainly not everybody's heard about it, and certainly not everybody's heard of the idea about flying organic or seed the sky, as we say. But just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what kind of companies are you engaging with to try to promote this?
So, I guess for us, what we're doing is building a value chain. We are the seed people. We're the people that have created the seed and are working with the breeding and conventional breeding of the seed, and working with the growers. And what we've done is we've set up a long-term agreement with a contracting partner who are actually going out and engaging growers. And then we've got to gather all this grain back up off the farms, and we're growing this on the lowest cost production zone. So we're not swapping food acres for this. We're doing this on fallow lands. So we collect all that back, and then we're engaging with the refiners and crushers who can actually process this material into finished products. And one more thing, Kevin, the byproduct is what's left behind is a little husk. Once we extract the oil, we grind that up, and that has a fantastic high-soluble protein, which we're feeding to cattle, and we've been certified by the USDA for a 10% finished cattle feed.
Wow, that's fantastic. So, what kind of partners do you have that are developing this, particularly on the energy side, on making fuel out of it?
So the original fuel test that we did was conducted with a group called Applied Research Associates, and they were using a Chevron Loomis Global technology, and this was those were our fuel partners. We've also used Honeywell UOP and in a couple of blended test flights that we've done, and we've got a long-term contracting relationship for working with farmers and selling the finished goods with Patterson Grain. So we're working with some A-list companies here, and we're really looking to expand this. We're just in the demonstration scale, so we've grown it at 60 sites, and but we've proven we can grow it. And we've proven we can fly a plane on it, and so now we're just filling in the rest so we can start to ramp up the acreage.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. I think it's a fantastic concept. I'm assuming at some point you're hoping this becomes common technology for people to be flying jets with seed.
Well, we do, and that's the thing is while we're working on the aviation technology, we're absolutely cutting our teeth on the ground transportation fuels, and these are a whole host of biodiesel opportunities. Diesel powers the world. It's a ubiquitous, high-density energy fuel, and this is a massive market already on the ground. So while we're getting our ASTM certifications and all of those very detailed certifications, we're starting to do some work on the ground and get our fuel taken up in ground-based energy fleets.
How is this compared to like ethanol?
So ethanol is a wheat and corn-based product, starch-based. You don't get the density of oil. This is the density of energy with ethanol. Ethanol is great for a blend with gasoline, but you're not able to use it in a diesel engine or in a jet turbine engine. And so while we have this massive ethanol market, which feeds into the gas market for powering vehicles, you need a more dense energy, and so our seed has a much longer carbon chain. And without getting into the specifics, really, we're referred to as advanced biofuel.
There you go. Very cool. Learn something new every day. And so now I need to go home because I might learn something else later, so I got to avoid that. But no, that's awesome. Seriously, that's great stuff, and I'm really glad you brought your story to our audience. Again, give the website for people to get more information. Yeah,
so it's calyxbio.com and CALYX bio.com, and it trades. It's a public company. It's CYX.
There you go. Thanks so much, Don.
Thank you. Bye, Kevin.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you. Do you want to remind you best content here? It shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. And you're listening to The Price of Business.